Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to the Flat Range Accountant channel. Today we'll be speaking about a slightly used SIG SP2022. That beauty wants to focus. I have this bad boy mounted with a TLR7 HLX, 40 Smith & Wesson, 180 grain. This is just some spear or gold dot, can't remember. And then this Arrowhead Tactical universal light mount. So just going over the basics. Obviously 6 hour, in some hot shit right now. Pretty much a polymer lower 229. In a sense, it's not as modular as your P series. You can put in an SRT or Gray Guns trigger, to my knowledge. But that might take a little bit of experimentation. But for sure, they do take the same P series style sights. These are Trijicon HDXRs. I can correct myself later. Not so bad. A little lopsided because I'm an idiot. Sure, can barely chew gum and walk at the same time. But your, average idiot can probably install them as long as they have the right tools, right? So just going over double single action, right? Decocker here, slide release, almost very wonky looking, but it really aids in the disassembly process, which is a bitch and a half, but what have you. I'm not going to show that. Their other channels have, and it would take me far too long just to fuck with it, but base idea, lock it to the rear, and at some point you're going to see this hole line up with a certain piece inside of there, and you might press on this side, hypothetically. But these are pretty much just initial impressions. We're at about 1,500 rounds, most of it being Winchester white box, some PMC 40, and I think I snagged some SMB 40 at some point, mostly off of Target Sports. But this thing has run pretty reliably. I haven't had any malfunctions, just user-induced stuff. So the way I grip the pistol, I'm pretty much pressing down on the slide release the entirety of the time. So obviously it's going to cause some malfunctions. And occasionally I won't have lock back when the mag runs out. So that's mostly my fault. Not much else to it. In terms of how this thing runs, I do have a lovely and beautiful 226 to compare it to, right? Obviously metal on metal, you can't get over that fucking clang, right? That thing is just delicious, right? That is straight sex appeal. This is this is my first handgun actually, but in terms of controls and everything else, I mean, it's relatively similar, but you could tell just weight alone, it's not a sizable difference. This actually has some heft to it, but I do have a tendency to just enjoy the general feel of the 226, and I would say some of that bleeds into the polymer series here. And I hate to say it, but it almost gives me USP vibes, if you cope hard enough. So this has been something that's about a fraction of the price that I've been using to cope. Going a little bit more into depth here, we're gonna make fun of me, but got this beautiful iPad that I've handwritten some notes on. My handwriting's pretty awful, but this is actually the beauty gun that SIG CEO Ron Cohen got in trouble over. Was shipping these out to Brazil, pretty much tried to avoid some export laws, got his shit stuck. Wound up getting fined 18 months, which seemed to kind of just float away, but who knows what happened there. Company, once again, is in hot water. You'll notice the 320 issues and everything else. You can see my raw dogs at the bottom. We'll probably cut them bad boys out, but it's kind of questionable to purchase from this company right now, but this would most definitely be a handgun that I would consider, mostly for the price. So I think I got this for around $450 after taxes and fees. For a 40, that runs consistently and keeps up with my 226, which is a 9, so it's not difficult to do. But the recoil difference isn't substantial. You know, it's not a robust handgun. I mean, it's compact size. If I take out, I have a CZ here, just a P07 or P09 Nocturne. It's the C. That's a what do you call it in there? So she ain't gonna go. Scare all of you. Compact in size. I think it's a 4-inch barrel. Just about the same as the Nocturne. The only thing that kind of throws it away is just this pinky extension. Makes her a little bit bigger. What I have seen on the internet is most people will 3D print something or a different base plate that would allow it to kind of sink in a little better. But you'll notice there's just a small, tiny difference, and that's mostly from that pinky extension there that you can either just Dremel off or 3D print a new piece for. Now, in terms of price, I mean, you're getting a gun that lacks most modularity and support. To my knowledge, you can pretty much just replace your backstrap here, which is rare to find. But you're not getting, you know, what you get out of a 226 and what you could change out the grips and everything else kind of lickety split, right? You can mount lights on here. I haven't had any issues with the HLX. But when it comes to holsters, I just lean towards universal one because it was easier. I'm sure you can get some custom made ones, but I haven't been so lucky, aka I got really lazy, and I just decided universal was the way to go. Holster's not too bad, but you know, it's the best you could do. When it comes to optics, right, this doesn't come with a cut. I don't think they ever have, and probably won't ever. They'll probably get discontinued in the future because double single is kind of going away the dodo. Not too many people enjoy them. I think CZ and SIG's more expensive line is going to be carrying that torch, right? Possibly HK USA if they decide to, you know, not get rid of the USP for a while. But when you want to get something on here, your best bet is probably going to be C&H. They're the only person that I've seen that actually has a preset on their website that tells you that they'll do some form of cut for this. If I remember right, your options are kind of limited. And then there is also the sight replacement. It's a magnetic dot mount that I'll have to throw in the video here. Just kind of give you guys an idea. I think it's Heads, Higher End Defense Solutions or Systems. You'll replace your rear sight. I think they make it for the P series. You'll probably have to Dremel but file down the insert there, and then it pretty much pins into place, and then you put on whatever red dot comes with the heads, because it is an odd footprint since it's not RMR for this. Other piece, right? When it comes to triggers, I think the only thing you're going to see is the SRT from SIG themselves or Gray Guns, and going into just current SIG drama, I personally would just buy this gun used, right? If you want to support a company that doesn't want to admit that they have some faults with their 320, which I do own one, but I'm not going to carry that, right? That's your choice. I can't tell you how to make decisions in the current market, but these are cheap. I mean, 400 to 5 nudie or used to new, it's not something that you can complain about. But in the same bracket, right, you have P09Cs, Fs, used 226s and 9s on like Aim Surplus or other websites that are police trade-ins, sometimes DAC, sometimes double single, right? You also have Glocks of all calibers, either used or new. So all your choice. Personally, if I'm going to buy anything from SIG here on out, I think it'll be used, just so I'm not directly supporting the company. I'm giving money to someone who decided to divest. And quick little fun fact for you guys. The only thing I've seen online, I mean, if you look at IMFDB, you'll get a decent amount of TV shows and movies. Biggest one I saw there was The Bourne Ultimatum. This is one of the primary handguns of Jason Bourne, and then a couple of special agents in the movie itself. But flagging myself here, make you guys a little traumatized. Not much to it. I mean, if you're looking for something that's compact, polymer relatively lightweight, and you don't care about red dot compatibility. Excuse me. That's all I really got for this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, corrections, I'm sure I'm just kind of talking out of my ass here, feedback, especially because it's the first, right? Let me know down below. But this is the Flat Range account, and I'll be signing out. Thank you.